Hey y'all, I'm sleeping late again tonight. I want to ask y'all a question. If you guys are watching, the year is ending soon. It's what date is today? It's December 17. It's 12:38, so it just turned December 17th. Now, I want to ask y'all, how much of you completed this year? Like, how much progress have you made in your life? For example, you've set goals for the year and you've completed about 50% of them and about another 20% in unexpected things that came up along the way. Since for me, I don't think I've completed much this year, to be honest. But there are many changes that came this year. I think this was the most impactful year I've had yet. It's a crazy year. So much has changed about me. And it's not change that I pretend about, it's change that actually happened. I don't know. I feel very, very weird about who I am now. Maybe it's just because of how sudden my change was this year. I basically transformed compared to who I was last year. But I know there will still be many changes to come, and hopefully I can be ready for that. Anyways, I don't think I've completed much this year. Probably about 20%. My goals at the start of the year were to have somewhat a shit ton of money. I'm kind of a businessman. It's funny, but I do sell a lot of stuff. It's just things I'm trying to get an extra buck off of. My mother doesn't really give me an allowance since I don't ask for it, but I'm sure she'd give me if I did ask for it. Now, I don't ask for an allowance because I want to make my own money. Now, back when I was a child, I actually have a story. Back when I was a child, I sold Pokemon cards for like 5 times the price for what I bought them as. So I ordered them online. They are fake Pokemon cards. So technically, I'm not really scamming the children at my school. I was grade 3, I think, and I was 9 years old or 8, and everybody was playing with fake Pokemon cards. And at that time, I knew that they were fake Pokemon cards, but I didn't really make a big deal out of them. I didn't know that counterfeiting Pokemon cards is actually quite illegal. But hey, if everybody in the whole school is playing with fake Pokemon cards, it's fine. Now, I'm sorry if that offended you, but I sold those cards for like 5 times the price. And one card in particular, I sold for $10. I sold for $10. Now, that may not seem like a big thing to you, but I bought that card for 20 cents. See that? Business. Now, throughout those times in school, I sold Pokemon cards every day after lunch. No, every day after recess. I mean, every day during recess, I sold Pokemon cards for a ton of profit. It ended after a week, but at that point, I've already earned myself quite a ton of money. About 60 to 80 bucks, or maybe even 100. I don't know, I forgot. But here, I'll show you my. Hold up a minute, guys. I'm trying to find my Pokemon cards. Uh oh. It's been buried under a ton of stuff in the cabinet, so I can't really mess the cabinet up. Otherwise, I'd have a hard time. Anyways, yes, my cards are in there. I'll show you guys another day. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, progress. I'd say 20% is right for how much I've done this year since at the beginning of the year, yes, I said I wanted to make money through business and I wanted to grow skills too. Now, I wanted to also work out. That's common, right? That's a common New Year resolution. That's really not a big um surprise here. I wanted to be healthier. Now, I did somewhat accomplish that because I do work out every now and then. What was that? Anyways, I do work out every now and then. But I suddenly stopped jogging since I usually jog by the beach. Now, this is just an excuse, but I really do prefer jogging at the beach. It calms my mind down. Now I can't jog at the beach since a storm came by here about 2 months ago. 2 months ago? No, about 1 month ago actually. Now, I was actually sick for 4 weeks before that. I mean, 4 weeks during that time. Um, and I couldn't jog during that time either, so I haven't jogged for about 2 months now. But I wish, I wish I could. I wish I did at that time, since my my um my what is it? Uh, my persuasiveness. Oh, what? That's not the right word. My will to jog has subsided. I don't really want to jog anymore. But I'm sure I'll want to jog sometime in the future again. At least when the beach clears up, after the sand on the side lanes clear up, I should be able to jog on the beach again. Oh, I don't jog on the sand itself. I jog by uh the road. It's like 20 meters away from the water from where the beach is. Now, yeah, I jog on the road, on the side lane of the road. What? If that makes sense, sorry. Now, another goal I had was to socialize, to understand people more, myself more, so that I could make sense of everything. I don't know. I feel like I made it so much worse since throughout the year I kept thinking of things negatively and it all didn't work out. It only got worse. I became partly cynical of people and I hated myself for a bit for no reason at all, and I would do useless things every day that would waste my time. And it all partly changed during the second half of the year. I began writing on my diary, expressing my emotions so I could see what me now is in the future. Present me is in the future. Now, I started writing on my diary, doing some daily routines about um, self respect, self love. Yeah, Should me as a 15-year-old kid be talking about such complex topics? Probably not, but I I'm really I'm really quite the speedrunner type of guy. I want to speedrun life. Now, I probably shouldn't do that, huh? But it's just me, it's who I am. Now, now that I realize that I've only been wasting time by crying over useless things in the past, I should have done more in that time. I probably wanted to feel melancholic for about over 1,000 hours this year. Isn't that weird? Like 1,000 hours translate to about 10, 20, 30, about 40 days, I think. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, about 40 days or less. Can you imagine? I became quite sad and frowned for that amount of time in this year. Since every night I would think about life, like I would be like on my bed, being like, what does life come to? Like, I'd be all, I wouldn't say depressed, but existentialist, yeah. Since to be depressed, you'd basically hate life. I was just asking myself, what what is the purpose of my life right now? Uh, you know, I think it all stemmed from one reason. It's because I expect more than what I'm given every time. And specifically when it comes to people, this applies harshly. All right. Um, Another thing I wanted to do this year was to, is it? I think it's part of being healthy, sleeping earlier. I haven't really accomplished that, but I think I've made some minor improvements. If I look at the time I've slept on average this year to the time I've slept on average last year, I think, I don't know. Last year, I think I slept on an average time of 1 a.m. Now, I think I slept an average time of 12:30 or 12. Now, it's really quite unstable since 1 month I have a consistent sleeping schedule of 12, and the other 9, 10, 11, and the other month it's 2 a.m. Now that's insane. So if you add it all up, maybe on average 12:30 or 12. But hey, hopefully it all turns out for the better. That's basically all my goals that I wanted to accomplish this year. Now there's only 13 days left, or 14 I should say. I want to accomplish as much as I can during this time. We don't celebrate Christmas from, I mean, from where I'm from. No, 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 no. In my religion, we don't celebrate Christmas. We only celebrate New Year's. So I'll have plenty more time to focus on myself during the holidays since schools schools allow me, even though I don't celebrate the holidays as much as others do. So I'll spend more time on myself than ever before. I probably won't think of anybody relevant in school now. I'll only be focusing on myself. I don't want to think about them anymore, at least for now. I want to be by myself. I think that's all. It's 12:52 right now. Quite a long video. Why do I, I should probably lose the habit of using probably, quite, pretty, like, filler words in my vocabulary. There's much to learn, especially when you're me. The stuff. Anyways, thank you for watching if you ever do. And hey, why not subscribe and like? I'm sorry, guys. If you saw that, that was cringe as hell. Good night, guys. Good night, 3D. I say that to myself every night. I say good night to myself. Good night.